Hey, good day. Welcome to the Shit I Have Learned video sessions. So yesterday I spoke about having to make a very tough decision in 1998 on top of Mount Everest. And today I want to carry that a little bit forward on goal setting. What it's like when you come upon an obstacle, whether you go around, through it, over it, or under it, and not quit on what your goal is. So, as you recall, it was probably the most difficult decision of my life. Do I go or do I not go? Or do I turn back so I can come back and climb another day and still ensure that my son has a father that he can hang around and play with? So it's obvious that it was a huge setback in completing my goal. But let's face it, that mountain wasn't going anywhere. And I now realize what it was going to take to achieve my goal. Goal setting is something that I have done from a very, very young age. From hockey to track and field to wanting to pilot my own airplane to wanting to just be around historical items, from my collection of medieval arms and armor and so on, and just wanting to achieve certain aspects that came upon me that I felt very, very intrigued by, and that they'd end up consuming me. So what I want to do is take you back with the understanding of, rather than quitting on an obstacle or a goal, we do need to step back from it and understand what it is that took place. How are we going to make it work? The only limitations that we have to succeed are the ones that we put on ourselves, and that's a learned behavior. What I learned from that experience in 1998 is that I needed to get back to the basics. I needed to get back to the proven processes that have allowed me to succeed in life. And the handholds to my success are my 5 guiding principles, which I'll lay out. I'll show you how I applied them, 5 guiding principles to Everest 2000. So they are, number 1, vital visualization, because it all starts with a dream. And I had this image in my mind of the view 270 feet from the top. Remember, your dreams are only limited by your imagination. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Number 2, goals and objectives. Committing to my goal to summit Mount Everest and come home alive required thorough research and action. Who, what, where, when, and why. Number 3, learning the fundamentals or the basics of the goal. So what I had to do is I had to uncover every rock, using every resource possible for information from films, books, photos, other summiters, making sure that my toolbox of knowledge was full so that when I reached into it, I could pull it out in whatever circumstance. Number 4 is the planning and preparation. Now, strategizing, planning, and training to be mentally and physically prepared, and building in redundancy for 4 complete summit attempts. This stage consumed my life for 21 months. Constant planning, training, practice, drilling, rehearsing, until it was intuitive and driven to succeed. And number 5, which is unquestionably the toughest one of them all, it's the execution of your task at hand. And let me tell you, this is where probably 95% of every goal fails or doesn't succeed, is on execution. I believe that you only need to think back on a process in your life that has allowed you to succeed, and then you apply it. That's your template. You've already succeeded at something. It doesn't matter how big or how small, but look back on it. Take a look at the steps. Figure out the steps in place. Mine are 5 steps. Now each step is going to be pretty in depth, but you might have 7 or 8 or 10 different steps that you use, from the very beginning to the execution phase. I believe that there's no magic in this, that we all have it within ourselves. To explore that leader from within, to climb and achieve your goals, we have to work through and find our own solutions from past successes. We don't always have to look outside of ourselves to find the answer. Far too often we feel that we need to pull it out of a book. We need to, possibly listen to somebody else speak about it. And they're valuable tools, there's no question. But I really believe that it's all right in here. If you can extract it out of yourself and really delve into what allowed you to succeed, I don't care if it's a big or a large goal at all, you'll find your framework, you'll find your template for success. I think one of the biggest strengths that I have is knowing my weaknesses, and there's plenty of them. But we need to be accountable to ourselves. We need to have clear goals. We need to have clear strategy and flawless execution. So those are my 5 guiding principles. Vital visualization. Understanding your goals and objectives. Learning the fundamentals, the basics of the goals. Inside out and backwards, so it's just everything's intuitive, and then your practice drilling and rehearsing it into yourself so that when something happens, you're not having to think about it, you just react and you do it. And then the planning and preparation, strategizing. I mean, that consumed me for 21 full months. I don't think there was a night when I got back home that I didn't dream about climbing Mount Everest. And then it all happened May 21st, 2000, when I stood on top of the world. Very proud of that. I don't think it defines me. I believe what it does is it just further enhances in me the respect that I have for completing goals. Doing what you say you're going to do. There's an old ISO phrase. Say what you do what you say, and prove it. There you go. Goals and goal setting. Have a good day.